All right, welcome to another deep dive. Um, Today well, you wanted to know more about Japanese organized crime.
Yeah.
So we found some really interesting material about the Tanaka clan.
The Tanaka clan, yeah.
It's like The Godfather, but in Tokyo.
Exactly.
Our source is this document that reads like a crime novel.
Yeah.
It gives us this inside look at Hiroshi Tanaka, the head honcho.
It's remarkable, isn't it? Like, you think of these organized crime figures as just brutal, you know?
Right.
But Hiroshi starts his day like a businessman, up at 6 a.m., always
He's
working.
dedicated, yeah.
Yeah. But then there's this other side to him. He's a real family man.
A family man.
Yeah. Loves his wife, Mika, and the kids.
Huh. It's almost Shakespearean.
It is.
This clash between like the ruthless criminal world
Right.
and then this tender family life.
Yeah.
Does it tell us anything about how he balances those two sides?
It doesn't really go into his head,
Yeah.
but it does talk about his leadership style,
Yeah.
which I think is just fascinating. Yeah.
It says Hiroshi commands respect through his quiet authority.
Quiet authority.
Yeah, not through fear and intimidation.
Okay.
He's just calm. He never shows much emotion.
So he's kind of an enigma, even to the people close to him.
Yeah, very much so.
That's so interesting. It seems counterintuitive, right? Wouldn't a crime boss want to project strength,
Right, you think so.
aggression, power?
Yeah, you'd think they'd want everyone to be afraid of them.
Right, exactly.
But with Hiroshi, it seems like it's a strategy,
Okay.
He keeps people off balance, and he reinforces his authority by staying composed.
By not reacting.
Yeah, it makes him seem even more powerful because he's unpredictable.
Okay, so it's not all about Hiroshi's leadership, though, right? What
Mhm.
about the Tanaka clan, like their operations, their influence?
Well, the source describes them as being, like, deeply embedded in Tokyo's business world.
Embedded.
Yeah, but the darker side,
Okay.
they deal with other criminals. They operate in those areas that most people wouldn't even.
That are like legally ambiguous. Exactly. It's a.
Like, they must have a huge network of connections
Oh, for sure. And leverage.
to operate like that.
Yeah, absolutely.
And of course, you can't have a crime boss without a right-hand man.
Oh, of course not.
Enter Takashi,
Right.
who has been with Hiroshi since the beginning.
Could stay one, yeah.
There's a real sense of trust between those two.
Oh, absolutely.
Camaraderie.
Yeah, that kind of loyalty is crucial in that world.
Yeah, where betrayal is always around the corner.
Exactly. It makes you wonder how much of Hiroshi's success is because of Takashi,
Yeah.
having someone you can always count on.
So this brings us to the rising threat against the Tanaka clan,
Oh.
the Kuroda Syndicate.
Yeah.
Basically, they're a rival gang trying to muscle in on Tanaka's turf.
Yeah, a classic power struggle, right?
Right.
You've got the established order being challenged by the up-and-comer.
So the Tanaka clan is the established order.
Right, and the Kuroda Syndicate, they're ambitious.
Okay.
They're not just some small-time gang either. They're strategic about it.
Okay, so how so?
Well, the source talks about how they've moved into Shibuya.
Shibuya.
Yeah.
Wow, that's a bold move.
It is, taking over clubs and restaurants there.
So that's to disrupt Tanaka's revenue.
Yeah, and to make themselves known.
Right. Shibuya is the heart of Tokyo.
Yeah,
It's
exactly.
like they're throwing down the gauntlet.
Yeah, it's a direct challenge.
So how does Hiroshi respond to this?
Well, he decides to meet with Ryuji Kuroda, the head of the Kuroda Syndicate.
Okay.
But he doesn't send anyone else. He drives himself.
With Takashi by his side.
Of course.
There's a real sense of purpose there.
Yeah, he's not just sending a message, he's delivering it personally.
It's like he's sizing up his opponent
Maybe. Or taking control of the situation.
from the moment he gets in the car.
Yeah, very interesting.
So tell me about this meeting.
Well, it takes place in this small Tokyo restaurant.
Oh, wow. The contrast.
Yeah, right? Powerful figures meeting in this unassuming place.
I can only imagine the tension.
And the source, well, it actually includes some of the dialogue from the meeting.
Really?
Yeah, it's pretty chilling.
Okay, so what do they say?
Well, Kuroda, he's surprisingly friendly.
Friendly.
Yeah, he suggests there's room for both of them in Tokyo.
Okay, but Hiroshi's not buying it.
Not at all.
What does he say?
He makes it very clear that the Tanaka clan controls the city
Oh, wow.
and that he won't tolerate any encroachment.
So much for being friendly.
Yeah, and Hiroshi's quote is, "If you want trouble, we will give it to you."
Oh, he is drawing a line in the sand.
He is.
This is more than just business.
It's about dominance and respect,
So, how does it end?
with Hiroshi just saying, "Be ready."
Be ready. Oh, that is a cliffhanger.
Yeah, what's he got planned? Is he bluffing?
Right. Is he going to escalate things?
We're left wondering what Hiroshi's next move will be.
To understand his mindset, I think we need to go back to his roots.
Okay.
He wasn't always at the top.
Right. He started small time?
Yeah. He was a criminal working his way up,
Stealing, fighting.
doing what he had to survive.
Exactly. It shows his ambition.
His drive.
Yeah, he had to be tough to make it.
And this is where Takashi's loyalty really comes into play.
Right? Absolutely.
He wasn't just there, he was part of it.
Yeah, they rose through the ranks together.
Their bond solidified through those shared experiences.
Years of trust built up through hardship and triumph.
There's a moment in the source where Hiroshi reflects on those early days.
Oh, yeah. What does he say?
He talks about how they had nothing.
Nothing but each other.
Right. And a burning desire to make something of themselves.
It really underscores how far they've come.
And what they stand to lose.
Yeah. The stakes are incredibly high now. Yeah, it really should. You know, he didn't just get handed power.
He earned it
He fought for it.
every step of the way.
Yeah, and it makes you think, like, what's he willing to do to protect it all now?
Right, against this new threat.
Yeah, especially the way the document talks about the Kuroda Syndicate.
Mm.
It's like they're not just some thugs, you know?
They've got a plan.
Yeah, they're smart, they're thinking long term, and that move into Shibuya.
Right.
That's just one part of it.
One part of a bigger strategy.
Hiroshi needs to figure it out before it's too late.
Thinking back to his leadership style,
Right.
that calmness, almost like he's always in control.
Yeah.
Do you think that's going to be a factor here?
I think so, yeah.
Okay.
I mean, Hiroshi, he seems to be both strong and cautious.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't rush into anything.
He weighs his options
Right. It's almost like he's playing chess.
while everyone else is playing checkers.
Exactly.
But the pressure is on, right?
It is.
The Kuroda Syndicate are making moves.
Oh, moves.
Hiroshi's got to respond. He has to maintain the Tanaka clan's power.
Yeah.
Do you think his old-school methods are going to cut it
That's a good question.
against this new kind of enemy?
Well, I mean, the tactics that worked before
Right, back in the day.
might not be enough now.
Right.
The Kuroda Syndicate, they seem to be playing a different game.
Okay.
They understand power in a different way.
In modern Tokyo.
Yeah, Hiroshi might need to adapt.
To evolve,
Exactly. Change his strategies if he wants to win.
this conflict could force him to make some hard choices.
Yeah. Does he stick with what he knows?
The traditional methods.
Or does he try something new
Form new alliances even.
to keep his power?
It's like this clash of old and new
Tradition versus innovation.
playing out in Tokyo's underworld.
And what's interesting is that the document,
Yeah,
it doesn't make either Hiroshi or Ryuji Kuroda.
the head of the Kuroda Syndicate.
Right. It doesn't make them out to be the good guy or the bad guy.
They're both complex.
They both have their own ambitions.
Their own goals.
They're both trying to protect what they have.
It's a really nuanced look at organized crime.
Right. It's not black and white.
There's a lot of gray.
Yeah, the lines between right and wrong get really blurry.
It's easy to get caught up in all the action,
Well, yeah.
the power struggle.
The drama.
But we need to remember the bigger picture.
What about Tokyo itself?
Exactly what does this clash mean for the city?
Yeah, this isn't just a personal feud.
It could change everything.
Businesses could be affected, alliances could shift,
People could get hurt.
innocent people caught in the crossfire,
It's a reminder that organized crime
even when it seems far away.
has real consequences.
Absolutely, and we can't say for sure what's going to happen.
Right.
But we can look at the forces at play,
The strategies,
the motivations,
the people involved.
to understand this world better.
You know, speaking of the people involved,
Yeah.
there's something I've been thinking about.
What's that?
Hiroshi's loyalty to Takashi.
Oh.
That bond they have.
Years of shared experience.
Could that be a weakness?
A weakness. How so?
What if the Kuroda Syndicate tries to use that against him?
Ooh, that's an interesting thought.
Drive a wedge between them.
The document does kind of hint at that.
Yeah.
Hiroshi's strength is that he trusts those close to him.
Right.
But what if that trust is misplaced?
What if they betray him?
It adds another layer to this whole thing.
So as Hiroshi faces this threat,
Yeah.
can he rely on the same tactics?
The same people.
The same relationships?
They got him to where he is today.
Or will he have to make some tough decisions?
Question his loyalties even.
To survive.
It's a huge dilemma.
Yeah, it's a tough spot.
It really is.
He's built his empire on loyalty.
Right. Trust. These strong bonds.
But they could be his downfall.
If the Kuroda Syndicate figures out how to use them against him,
It's a high-stakes game for sure.
and that's what makes this whole thing so interesting, right?
It's not.
It's not clear cut.
There are no easy answers.
No, we're talking about the gray areas
Complexities.
of a world where anyone can be manipulated.
Even the most powerful people.
Exactly. Power can be a double-edged sword,
It gives you security, influence.
but it also makes you a target,
You're always being tested.
always having to watch your back.
Yeah, and we often think about organized crime as having this code of honor.
a brother.
But this document shows
That it's not always so simple,
loyalty is important
but it can be broken.
by ambition, fear.
Even just a little bit of doubt.
So where does that leave us?
Well, we've got Hiroshi Tanaka.
At the top,
Yeah, he's achieved a lot.
but now he's facing a threat.
That could destroy everything.
He's got his past, his experience,
And Takashi by his side.
but is that going to be enough?
Against the Kuroda Syndicate? I don't know.
The source doesn't give us the answer,
It leaves us with more questions.
which is what a good deep dive should do,
Exactly. It makes you think.
about the different choices Hiroshi could make.
And what could happen?
We've gone deep into a world that most of us will never see.
The world of Japanese organized crime?
Power, loyalty.
High stakes.
But even though the Tanaka clan story seems far away,
There are some universal themes there.
we all face challenges,
Times when we have to rely on our gut.
our experiences.
On the people we trust.
It's about ambition
And trying to stay in control.
when the world around you is changing.
It makes you think, what would you do?
If you were Hiroshi Tanaka,
How would you handle the threats?
the shifting alliances,
The pressure to stay ahead.
it's something to think about.
It shows that even in a world of crime,
Maybe the most important thing,
is the ability to adapt,
to evolve.
to make those tough choices.
And that's all the time we have for this deep dive.
But like you said,
The conversation doesn't have to end here.
let us know what you think.
What would your next move be?